Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I will be talking about Premier League match week 22 Peru and prediction. So we got some really interesting game coming up this match week. We also got a big one, Tottenham versus Chelsea. Both of the teams will be eager to get a win out of that game because it is important for both of these teams, especially for Tottenham because they're not performing well, and Chelsea will be eager to get a away win for the new manager. So it is going to be an interesting match week, and yeah. Sheffield United versus West Brom. This is going to be a very important game, especially for West Brom. Sheffield United, to be honest, they're 4 points away from West Brom. So even if they can get a win, maybe they'll tell themselves, okay, we are going somewhere. On the other hand, for West Brom, I also think they will be eager to get a win because if they get a win, they'll go in front of Fulham. So I do think West Brom have more like something to play for compared to Sheffield United. So Sheffield United, I think they've been performing well. They beat Manchester United 2-1, and then their next game against Manchester City, many people did predict them to lose 3-0, 4-0, but they did perform really well. They lost 1-0, so I do think it was a very good performance from them, and they were really organized in that game. On the other hand, for West Brom, I thought they were going to lose against Fulham, but they did play really well. They got a draw, so I do think West Brom will be telling themselves we have to win this game. In terms of form line, I do think Sheffield United do have a better form line, but I think West Brom need this win and they will be eager to get a win out of this game. So it is going to be a really tight game. Sheffield United will surely make their life very difficult, but I just think Big Sam will be eager to get a win, and I think they'll get that. And for a prediction, I'm going to go for West Brom 1, Sheffield United 0. Wolves versus Arsenal. I have given so many chances to Wolves team, but they just keep on disappointing me, and I do think this game is going to be tough for them because the recent form line is absolutely ridiculous. They're literally not finishing their chances, they're literally not scoring, and they're literally losing almost every single game. So I have nothing to talk about them. There is some bright side when William did join them, but to be honest, Wolves is just not really picking up. Maybe against Arsenal, they will be like parking the bus because I think that's the only way they can get a point out of this game because Arsenal, to be honest, they've been performing well. And against Manchester United, Arsenal were decent and they were creating a lot of chances. And I do think Arsenal should be disappointing because they didn't get a win out of that game. So I do think Arsenal will be eager to get a win. And if you even compare the form line, I do think Arsenal has been playing well. So therefore, I don't think Wolves will be up to the task because we all know their current issue. The only way Wolves can get a point out of this game is they have to park the bus. But still, I do think it's going to be difficult against Arsenal because Arsenal has been a class recently. So I'm going to go for Arsenal 2, Wolves 0. Manchester United versus Southampton. This is going to be a big game because when they met early this season, it was a really, really good game. And I think it was one of the game of the season because Southampton were winning 2-0. Cavani came in and he changed everything around. They won 3-2, last minute winner from Cavani. So I do think it is going to be a really good game, I think. If something similar do happen, I'm pretty sure it's going to be exciting. Southampton, in terms of form line, I think, I won't say they're really playing bad. Their fixtures were a little bit tough because they were playing against Arsenal. They were kind of disappointing, but I do think against Arsenal, it was difficult because Arsenal recently has been performing well. On the other hand, against Aston Villa, they were probably the best team in that game, but Aston Villa were really organized defensively, so it was difficult for them. For Manchester United, I think they've been playing some decent football, but then the last two fixtures, 2-1 defeat against Sheffield United and then 0-0 draw against Arsenal. So there is some kind of concern, but I do think Manchester United will be eager to bounce back. And I think against Southampton, they will back themselves because they do have a really, really good record against this team. So I'm going to go for Manchester United 2. Actually, I'm going to go for Manchester United 3, Southampton 1. Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. So Newcastle did won their game against Everton, and it was not a surprising win because, to be honest, they were playing well against Leeds United. So I did imagine them to play well, but then I thought they will be a little bit below their task because they're playing against Everton. But then they were brilliant and they won the game. So it was a really good performance from them. And recently they've been performing well, like as I said, against Leeds United. They were really, really knocking the door. But then Leeds United were really organized defensively. And yeah, against Everton, they did make Everton life very difficult because even though Everton did have a lot of possession, but if you did watch the game, Everton literally didn't create any chances because Newcastle were just so organized. So I do think they're going to come into this fixture telling themselves we can win this game. On the other hand, for Crystal Palace, we all know that this team is a very weird team. They can lose 4 to 5 fixtures in a row and then suddenly they'll bounce back and something like that. So this is what they did against Wolves. But then, to be honest, they were really organized defensively. They were playing well, and then they did take their chances whenever there was an opportunity, especially for a counter-attack. They could have easily won that game 2-0, but then Zaha hit the post and stuff. So I don't think this is going to be a close game, but I'm going to go for Newcastle because recently, as I said, they've been performing well compared to Crystal Palace. I do think it's going to be a similar game like what we expect Crystal Palace to play. Like they will let opponent dominate a position and then they're going to sit back and rely on counter-attack. But I do think it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to go for Newcastle 1, Crystal Palace 0. Burnley versus Manchester City. I do think Burnley will be telling themselves we have to bounce back from Chelsea defeat because they've been performing well, but then losing to Chelsea 2-0 without really doing anything, I think it's a disappointing defeat. So I do think Burnley will be eager to bounce back against Manchester City. On the other hand, for Manchester City, in the last 5 Premier League matches, they got 5 clean sheets. So I do think that Burnley will have to do something special in order to overcome Manchester City clean sheet record. It's going to be a tight game. I'm pretty sure Burnley will try to do something because in the last game against Chelsea, they were disappointing. They barely created chances. So I do think Burnley will be eager to push Manchester City a little bit. But I think it's going to be difficult because we all know that Manchester City this season, they have been a really, really good team. Defensively, they're really good. In terms of attack, they're getting there. They're starting to score a lot of goals. So it's going to be difficult. But I'm going to go for not a big defeat for Burnley. I'm going to go for Manchester City 2, Burnley 0. But I can expect a really great game. Fulham versus Leicester City. I do think this is going to be a very important game for Fulham because in the last 9 Premier League results, they got 7 draws and 2 defeats. So I'm pretty sure this team will be eager to get something against Leicester City because they did beat them early in the season. And I think they do need a result here because if they get another draw, I would say that West Brom might actually beat Sheffield United and they will be actually below West Brom. So I'm pretty sure Fulham will be eager to bounce back and get something out of this game. On the other hand, for Leicester City, I think recently they've been a little bit disappointing. Like this is what happens to this team. Whenever I say something good about this team, they start losing games. I don't know, like this team actually hate my prediction or something like that, or they just hate my videos. But yeah, so I do think this is going to be a close game, but I think Leicester City will have more quality. Like they've been performing well this season. Yes, their last 2 results were not good, and they are now 4th. Before they were like 2nd or 3rd. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I think they will be eager to bounce back and sit in a better position compared to where they are now, which is 4th. I think they will be eager to go to 2nd or 3rd position after this win. So it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to go for Leicester City to win this game with a scoreline of 2-1. Leeds United versus Everton. I think this is going to be an interesting game, and both of the team will be going for a win because Leeds United, they got 2 wins in a row. On the other hand, for Everton, they are not performing well. Recently, the last 2 game performance was not a good one. I mean, against Leicester City, it was a good one, but against Newcastle, it wasn't a good one because they barely created chances in that game. So I think they will be eager to bounce back. But from a prediction, I do think Leeds United will win this game because they've been performing well and I'm backing them to go 3 in a row. I'm going to go for Leeds United 3, Everton 1. Aston Villa versus West Ham. This is going to be a very interesting game. Both of the teams this season, they've been performing really well. West Ham are 5th at the moment. Aston Villa are 9th at the moment. So, and then Aston Villa also have 2 games in hand. But I do think both of these teams are performing really well this season. And I think both of the teams will be looking for a win. Aston Villa in terms of form line, yes, they did lose to Burnley 3-2, but then they did bounce back pretty well against Southampton. Defensively, they did perform really well in that game because we all know that Southampton were really coming hard at them. And they were solid defensively. In terms of attack, I think they should have scored another goal. But, well, I think they're going to take 3 points, so that doesn't matter. For West Ham, I think they were performing really well, but they lost 3-1 against Liverpool. I think it was a disappointing performance, and they could have easily scored the first goal and changed everything around. Like Antonio did had a chance, but his shot went wide, and I think 2-3 minutes later Salah scored a goal, and yeah. So I do think West Ham did have their chances against Liverpool. They were solid in the first half. Second half performance was not a good one. So I think both of the team will be looking for a win, but I think draw is a fair enough call because I mean, Aston Villa fan will be saying that they are playing home and they did perform well this season and they are coming off a win. But to be honest, even if you look at West Ham, they've been performing well this season. So I'm going to go for a draw. West Ham 1, Aston Villa 1. But I'm expecting a really great game. And I do think both of the team can win. But I'm playing safe. I'm going to go for a draw. Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 1. West Ham 1. Liverpool versus Brighton. I do think this is going to be an interesting game. and Liverpool are coming off a 3-1 win against West Ham, and they also won 3-1 against Tottenham. On the other hand, for Brighton, they are coming off a 1-0 win against Tottenham. So both of the team are coming off a win against Tottenham. So I think they're going to be telling themselves we can somehow win this game. I do think this is going to be an interesting game because Brighton are drawing a lot of games this season. So I'm pretty sure Liverpool will be aware of that. But as I do think Liverpool do have a lot of quality and they are starting to pick up their momentum once again. So I'm actually going to go for Liverpool to win this game. It's going to be a close one, but I'm going to go for Liverpool to win this game. And I have a feeling this is going to be a high scoring game. So therefore I'm going to go for Liverpool 3, Brighton 2. Tottenham versus Chelsea. This is going to be a very important game for both of these teams. Tottenham in the last 9 Premier League matches, they only got 2 wins. On the other hand, for Chelsea, since their new manager arrived, he did change a lot of things. Now they're playing more attacking style of football and they're like more creative. They're creating a lot of chances. So I do think there is some life in Chelsea once again. So I do think this is a perfect game for both of these teams because we all know that Tottenham like to sit back and rely on their counter-attack football. On the other hand, for Chelsea, they like to attack, and we all know that Spurs like to sit back. So this is an interesting setup for both of these teams, and I think they will be happy with that. But I think this is going to be an interesting game. But I'm going to go for Chelsea because they do have a lot of momentum. Tottenham recently, they are not performing well, and I did predict them to draw against Brighton, but they lost that game. So I do think they're going to lose over here once again because their form line is not really looking good, and Chelsea, they've been playing some solid football recently since the new manager arrived. So I'm going to go for a big win for Chelsea. I'm going to go for Chelsea 2, Tottenham 0. So that's the end for Premier League Match Week 22 preview and prediction. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please give a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon.